Hello. This is the Bigme HiBreak Pro new phone. This runs on Android 14, and it is an E-Ink phone. Just wanted to open it and see what options it has, what we can do with it. Let me open it. So HiBreak Pro. This is a color E-Ink screen. So this comes with phone, and there is some instruction manual. Okay, and there is, I think this is the USB-C cable, charging cable, and there's a pin for SIM card. Okay, I'll keep this aside for now. And this one, we open it. So it has comes with a case. So it's a plastic case. Yeah, so if I start it, so let me open the plastic case first. Yeah, so this is a plastic case, white plastic case, and this model, what I bought is black. It has a black border. It has another variant with the white border, but I got the black one. So as look-wise, on the side it has this power button in orange color, and there's the volume buttons are there, up and down on the right side, and then on the left side have the some extra keys here. I think we can customize that for some other functions. And on the back side, you see here this is the back one, which is black, nice black. I think it's plastic, but it's nice. And this has a camera here. It says 20 MP camera. There is a single hole for camera here, and there is a flash for the camera. Being E-Ink phone, I don't think it can be used as a camera as such, though 20 MP is not bad. So I'm going to just start it. This is how it comes when we open it. It's a Bigme just for you, and I'm going to start it. All right, so it's starting. Oh, let it start. Oh, yeah, okay. It's booting. So this is E-Ink phone. If you are new to Ink, so then you need to be aware that E-Ink screens are a bit different than the regular phones. Regular phones are very shiny screens, and this is E-Ink screens which doesn't have that OLED light coming out of it. But this is a front light. This model has a front light, which is nice to read it in the dark. But otherwise, if you turn off the front light, we cannot read the screen. It's totally dark in the dark. Only we can read it in the light or sunshine. But when I started, this is the first screen. So there are some few languages here. So I'm going to select English. I guess that is continue. Okay, so we read the privacy policy and agree. It connects to Wi-Fi here. So I'm going to stop it here. Okay, so I connected to my Wi-Fi, and now the next screen it shows some gesture settings. I think these are some gestures here. So if we multitasking switcher, if you want to reach that, then just slide up, swipe up from the left side of the screen, and if you want to go to the home screen, then swipe up from the center of the screen, and then for full refresh, that being Eink, it might need frequent refresh depending on how we have set it. So if you need full refresh of the screen, then you can swipe up on the right side here. Sorry. Then there are other gestures here to side swipe. I think these may be for some volume control, I guess. And then the last one is go back and forth. Swipe left and right. So those options are here. So I'll just keep it like that for now, and then go to the next step. So there is some login screen here where I think this is to register for the Bigme account, which I'm not going to do it for now, so I can skip it. And then the next screen is scan the QR codes to contact us. So if we have any questions to Bigme support, after sales support, then probably this is going to help. So I'm going to just skip it for now. Nothing happens. Let me say that confirm it. Okay, so this is the first home screen. It has 3 screens here. The left screen is the add widget. Probably we can add more widgets here. And this is the center home screen where there are some apps here. And then there's a right screen here. There's some more apps with some widgets on the top here. Yes, this is for the weather service, and this is a calendar one. So this is the default one. There is a dock. On the dock, there are 4 apps here. There's the phone, message, and this is the browser. I think this is the camera. And what are the other apps here? There's a scan document, gallery, lock screen. I think if you tap, it locks the screen. And then there's a navigation button here, navigation ball. And the calendar, clock. And there's an app called Color Dict. And then contacts. On the main home screen, I see there are few folders here. There's a cloud folder, read folder. So in the read folder, there are 2 apps. I think this is a download symbol here. So these are not actually installed, but download option is here. If you want to download Kindle or OneNote, we can do that. And then there is a cloud folder. In the cloud folder, there are 4 apps here: Bigme, Cloud, and Drive. These are already installed. OneDrive and Dropbox, these are not installed. If we can download that. And there are other apps here, as you see, Bigme V2T. I think that is voice to text. That's from Bigme. So if we can record a voice, and then it can transcribe that voice to text. And then there is a dictionary which can be used, I think, in different applications maybe. And then there is, let me open that. Let's see what it is. So offline dictionary to download. If you want to download dictionary, so I'll just skip it. I'm not going to do that now. So to go to the home screen, remember there's a swipe up from the center. Yep, it works. And in the App Store, there are a few. I think this is a Bigme App Store. So now it has this under job. There are a few tabs here on top, and then there is job, read, learn, news, tool, system. So there are a few options here you can check. But system, all of so okay. So tool, news, there are a few options here. But since this comes with Google Play, so apps can be downloaded from Google Play instead of the Bigme App Store. So there are other options here. Bookshelf. This one has already some preloaded books here, like user manual and few options. I think here few fictions, novels, I think. And then yeah, already checked some of this user manual here. So user manual is available. And going back to home, there is settings, screensaver, translator. I think this is a translator, AI translator, so Chinese to English or English to Chinese. I think we can talk and translate. It will give the translation. And then calculator voice recording option is here. Bigme OS 4.0. So what I have heard is that this one currently is Bigme OS 5.0. I don't know why this one is available here. So I'm not going to use it. So then the other thing is it has Google folder here. In that there are some Google apps pre-installed, including Google Play Store. Then there are other apps here too. Then similarly there is a music, file manager, and Bigme GPT. I guess if I want to use this, so it opens the Bigme AI chat, and there are other options, also composition, and then we can compose a theme, AI draw, and draw I think, and then Bigme GPT. In the AI model there are two models here, Bigme GPT and DeepSeek. So if you want to use DeepSeek, we can use that. I'll leave it at the default. Maybe, it has some predefined questions, so maybe you can type few questions, another question if you want to. But let me try this. Write a meteor shower special effect code in Python. What is the hottest tech topic now? Let me try that. This was latest updates in 2023. So this was a bit dated, old one. Maybe the DeepSeek might connect to the internet and pull the latest information. Anyway, so this is AI draw. Let me try drawing something here. So I already typed something here. Draw an image of a puppy in a pond in let's say spring weather, okay, or spring season. Okay, so if I start create, it will queue it, and then hopefully it will not take long time. Okay, not bad, it's quite fast, so it totally completed. So how do I, okay, so you can see this is a puppy in a pond in spring weather. Quite good. The colors are also good. Again, being an e-ink screen, so we cannot expect the same kind of the brightness or the vivid or the shiny effect on the screen here. So this is e-ink screen, but whatever it is doing, the AI is very good, I guess. So those are the different apps here, and there is a phone app. I guess this is a Google phone app, and this is a Google this is a Google Messages app, and there is a browser which has some shortcuts here: Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Bigme. So since I already connected to this one Wi-Fi here, so let me see if I go to Yahoo. Okay, so this is the Yahoo home screen, and then you can see how it reproduces the colors here. So if I open one of the articles here, you can see, this looks good to me. Okay, go to home screen. Let me open YouTube. Okay, I'm not signed in, so maybe I can search something here. Let's see. You can search. Let's say, I don't know. So some music video. Let's say 2025 or kids. Maybe you can see the colors better here. So there are some. This was 5 years ago. Okay, so let me try this one. Maybe this one.
If you want to see it all, you need a car that can go the distance. The Subaru Forester HiBreak, 581 miles per tank.
Of course. Glaciers are...
A bit darkish. Okay, not bad. So let me try this one. Okay, so if I go to full screen here,
Something sharp, something new. This is... Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. I grow roses, rows of roses, de Mayo, by the mile. I make do what I was feeling in the moment. Let me sing all in the fine and die for through. What else can I do? Can I deliver us a river of sun?
so you can see here the colors are very good, as in my opinion, because I also own other ink devices like e-readers, color e-readers also. So overall, this is a very good color reproduction, as far as the e-ink screens are concerned. So I see that I don't see any major ghosting here. Ghosting is because the e-ink screen, they tend to lag, and the refresh rate is low here. They tend to lag that screen refresh, but I'm not seeing the video. This the video is quite smooth. Okay, so let me go back to the home screen. Also, we can, in the YouTube app, that was a browser. In the YouTube app also, hello YouTube, I'll say do not, so I can search for the same music videos. I know which one is the latest, maybe this one. It's become stuck here. I don't know why. Maybe we can try something different.
I don't pray to my voice when I'm barely asleep. Lose it, I keep feel this way. Almost cost me my life. I learned these might look like normal. Now I know why this book is banned.
What was the answer to question 2?
134.
Wrong. The answer's right there. Look, question mark.
To help me solve this next question.
All right. So overall, this looks very good. The sound as well as the video play itself looks very good. Again, we are not comparing it with regular OLED screens. Now, I know the pictures and the videos are a bit grainy, but one has to get used to it if they want to use the ink screen. Ink screens are they are easy on the eyes. If one is sensitive, eyes are sensitive to the OLED screen, so the flashes, the light brightness. So these screens are much better. So also let me see what other options are there in the settings, etc. So no notifications. So again, if I swipe down on the bar there, so no notifications. And then on the center or the right side, so this is the regular Android phone like a control screen where there is Wi-Fi and there is a Bluetooth option here, data connection. These are the options here, floating ball and all that. Okay, so there is a E-Ink center also, which we can check that later. And there is a color inversion. So if I do color inversion, it changes the overall theme, I think, of to the reverses the color. So, but I think if we look at the, let's say Yahoo again, so you see here all the pictures are also they're color inverted. So they look like the old negative films. So that is the color inversion, what it is doing. So the color inversion is different from the black theme or the dark theme. So this color inversion totally inverses or reverses the color of everything, including the image and etc. So I think if we want to use within browser, if you want to use a dark theme, then that setting would be within that app, like a browser or YouTube, not on the phone. Or on phone might also have the dark theme option in the settings, but which are different than the color inversion. But what are the other options here? So there's a lights out. So so this is the lights out means, as you see here, there are options here. This is the cool front light and this is a warm front light. The cool front light is totally off and the warm is also totally at 0 level here. So that's light out. So you can see when we when we turn off the front light totally, this is how the screen looks like. But this is also, again, in my opinion, is not bad. It's actually good compared to E-Ink screens, which are not color. They might be lighter, easier to read, but without color, just black and white. Because that's how the technology, E-Ink technology, is currently at that state. And this E-Ink with the color usually is a bit darkish because there is additional color layer on this E-Ink screen. So without front light, still it is good. Okay. And now let me turn on the black those lights again. So if I select daytime, so this one cool light changes to 24. We can adjust these also. So this is the full brightness. So in this full brightness, you can see the screen is lit brightly, right? And I'm going to go back and then change it to night. So these levels are adjusted as per the settings here. There's a bedding, and bedding means, yeah, again, these are adjusted, and this other, and restore default. Okay. So those options are there. Then there's a volume option here. The more volume options. Do not disturb, phone ringtone, caption media, vibration, etc. So dial pad tones, all those options are here. Sound announcement, there is a hi-fi mode which is already turned on. So then, yeah, I think that's it here. And then there's a ringer. Okay. Oops. And now I would like to dive into settings first. So get into settings. So there's an account. I think we can add a Bigme account, register for a Bigme account. This is the same screen which showed up while we first started the phone. If we want some support or something, we can register with Bigme. And there is a system update. So if I select this, let's see, so it's a check for update. It's the latest version. Fine. 3.0.6. And then there is airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile network. Please insert a SIM card, more links. Okay, speaking of the SIM card, this is supposed to be dual SIM. So I'm going to open the SIM card tray, and SIM card tray is at the bottom here. So as you see, SIM card tray is at the bottom. So there's a, I think this is a mic, this is a USB port, and this is a speaker, and this is a SIM card tray. So if I open the SIM card tray, it went back. Okay, open the SIM card tray. So it has two slots, top and bottom. Okay. I think we can put one SIM card here, top, and one SIM card at the bottom. So here, one SIM card top and one SIM card at the bottom. So this is how the tray looks. So this is a dual SIM tray. I'm going to insert the SIM card a little later. This has no option to expand memory. Okay, so power button. Now notification, next to the, there are some other options. So more links, hotspot, notifications, app notifications. We can control history, conversations, and bubbles, how they should appear, and device and app notifications, notification lock screen. So you can see show conversations, hide silent conversations. That is by default set. Don't show any notifications on the lock screen. Okay, so now do not disturb option is also here. Okay. And then flash notifications. This is something new here. Camera flash, screen flash. I think when the notifications are received, whether we want the camera, means I think it's a camera. I think the flash here will it will blink, I think, and then there is a screen flash notification. When the notification is received, the front screen will flash with some yellowish screen. I think there is a preview here. Let's see. Yeah, there is some flash here. I don't know whether you noticed it. But I can see because the front screen light is on. We can't see it very clearly. But yeah, so those are the options here. Then the other options, status bar, okay, allow notifications, snoozing, and all that options are here. Sound and vibration. Yeah, this we already saw that before. Display. So there is a screen timeout. I can increase it to, let's say, I can keep it 1 minute, and then screen attention prevents your screen from turning off if you are looking at it. So I think it uses the front camera. So if you're looking at it, I've seen this in some other phones like Samsung Galaxy, which if you're looking at the screen, then it will ignore this timeout setting. And then the other one is the display size and text. So this is the default font size. We can increase the font size. There is a preview here. So you can increase the font size to bigger or smaller. So then there's a bold text, and so this whole thing becomes bold. Everything becomes bold. And then the high contrast is already turned on. So I'm going to reset the settings. So that goes back to the original settings here. And then coming back here, there's a font set. So there is a default font set. If I go to more font, so the other fonts can be downloaded. Okay. There is a refresh when returning to desktop. So desktop is the front screen. Every time if you come to home screen, whether the screens Eink screen should totally refresh or not. But right now I'm not I don't have any difficulty with the ghosting or refresh, so I'm going to keep it like that. Then app widget, I don't know, I think that the left screen which shows there, this will lift to wake when the phone call is received on this device. And then we saw display the wallpaper options. So wallpaper, yeah, so there are a few options here. So I'm not going to use that right now. Screensaver options. So I think this first we have to set device and app notification not allowed. So that screensaver, I think we can turn it on. Allow notification access maybe. Okay, so I'll say allow here, and then go back. Now if I go to screensaver, so now it has this different options. So so if I go to screensaver, I think the screensaver, if I go to home screen here and turn this off, okay, so this is, I think this is called the screensaver. Yeah, this is what is applied right now, I think. So I'm going to go back and see settings and screensaver. Yeah, that is what is applied now. If there are other options which we can configure. This shows the calendar and the clock here. Maybe we can turn it to the analog clock, but clock in refresh interval is never. So we can set it to 1 minute and so on. So, but it says if the refresh rate is higher, then it will consume more battery. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. And what are the other options here? Like one is this option. This is the default one. This is like a transparent. So I think whatever is on the screen before it goes to the sleep mode, so that will stay on the screen. I think that is a transparent. And then there is this option. I think we can set other clocks and other options here too. Okay, so I'm going to keep it like maybe this one, transparent, apply, and then go to home screen. Yeah, so now if I turn it off, see, this is the transparent screensaver, you can call it. So that is applied here. So that is currently on. So whatever is on the screen before it goes to bed, so that shows on the screen. So for example, if this is open, let's say Yahoo, okay, so then if this goes, sorry, if this is off now, okay, so this is a transparent screen, so we cannot, this is sleeping now, transparent screensaver. Okay, now what are the other setting options? Let's see, that was a screensaver, and then where was the screensaver? That is on the wallpaper. Okay, and then apps. Yeah, and we can look at the apps and control different settings of the apps here. So there are 64 apps by default. I have not installed any new app on this yet. 64 apps. And then the default apps are here. Then there is a cloned apps. I think there is an option to clone an app also. Okay. Cloned apps. So no apps. I think right now there are no apps which can be cloned. Probably, I don't know. YouTube apps should be cloned here, but there may be some other option somewhere. So then background app refresh. This one is the DuraSpeed. Okay, this screen is DuraSpeed. So if you're experiencing problem with the notifications appearing on the lock screen, so this might be interfering with that notifications, because the apps here, if it is on, so that might kill. So it has an option here, switch on to allow apps to run in background. So individually you can select this option to run in the background even if the data speed this is enabled. But even then, I read that the data speed still will kill these options, even if you are turned it on. So you can keep this off. Okay. Now other thing is when it shows now disabled. This you see the font type changing here. So this is a normal font, like enabled font. So this means I can click on this, I can tap on this. But when this is turned off, it changes to a different font, indicating this is not tappable or cannot be touched. But if we do not like this, you don't like this, I don't like this kind of font. This looks not very readable. It's like outline kind of font. So what can be done here, what I've seen here, you go to Eink Center. So Eink Center. So Eink Center has some options here where it has a default. I think these are default settings for the refresh, the magazine and comic. These options are there. And these can be set differently for each app. And I think this is nice. This is better than setting the refresh rate and all these settings for the entire phone. As you see here on the top, it shows background app refresh. This is the title of the app here. So just for that app, the settings can be changed. Now, if I go to app optimization here, there's an option here, text announcement. So that can be turned off. Then if I close this, as you see here, that outline font is now changed. It's now grayed out, which I like it better. So I'm going to keep it like that, and then go back to home screen, and then again back to settings. Okay, I want to go back, and then apps, background, app refresh, security, location, security and privacy. So set screen lock. If you want to set screen lock, you can do that. More alerts. So then there are app security, device unlock, which can be set on this device. Privacy, permission, dashboard controls. Let's see what is this. Permission manager, ads, camera access, and all that. So then the system and updates. Add a Google account. So that I have not yet added it. So now screen lock. I have not set it. More alerts. So let's see more alerts. It's a first we have to add a Google account to see. Yeah, there's the alert. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Other options, location option, storage option, 8% is used. So that other different actions can be done here. And then the battery is battery information here. So, and then quick assist. So custom key, all these options are here. Custom key. So here custom key means if you want to set the custom key like single click, double click. So the custom key is the side keys. On the left side there are two keys here. So if you want to change those functions, single click is back button currently, and the left bottom key and the top key both are set. Single click are set to the same thing to go back. But if you want to change it, you can change it. Double click, long press also. But now options here are like back to home screen, other back and record. Yeah, so this yeah, we can set to different options here. Clear cache, full refresh, Eink Center, and so on. So those options are also possible for each of the site there is a light switch also which will turn off and on the front light completely. That option is also there. Flashlight option, volume plus, volume minus, take photos, answer a call, DPAD left. I don't know what are they. DPAD means previous track, next track, and pause. So those options are available, which you can set on the side buttons for different single, double, and long press. Okay. Then there is gesture and virtual key. In gesture, we have seen before, like more settings means it will open the same screen which we want to set, and then but otherwise, the traditional bottom navigation bar, if you want that, we can turn on that one. So that will turn off that gesture, and you can see the different options here at the bottom of the screen for the home button, back button. This is the app switch button here. This is the refresh, I think, refresh the screen, and there are other, these are settings, Eink settings that also comes here. Now if I click more settings here, so that will open this screen which I can configure different functions which can appear here. So if I do not want that refresh here, I can tap it, so it will go out, and then if I want this one here, I think this is the volume settings and there's a lock, so that can be added there, and drag to change the position. So that also drag works, possible. Okay, so restore default. Okay, go back. I'll just keep it for gesture navigation now, and quickly open camera, press power button twice. That option is also there. Then the float ball, which is on the side here, so this we can move it anywhere, but so this is a float ball. When I select that, it opens some options here to undo and all that, power off, but so that comes middle. I can turn it off, so, or I can change the options on that floating ball, but I'll keep it off for now. And then teen mode, I think this is to restrict some of the options on the phone. That can be done with the teen mode. And then going back, accessibility is in that. Again, you can set some accessibility options here. Display size and text, which we have seen already. Same screen. And color and motion. So this color and motion correction, color correction, we have these options. So if you want to change a little bit hue, I think that can be done here. And remove animations. So if you don't like the animations on the Eink screen, you can remove large mouse pointer. And then magnification, then there are other haptics, vibration, those options are also here, which I think they were also on some other screens. But anyway, so that one is there. Then safety and emergency, we can add emergency information. And then there is a password and accounts. So we can add our accounts, Google accounts. Then there is a digital well-being and parental controls. So those options can be set here. And then there is Google services. First we need to sign in, and there is a system, which is languages, keyboard, date and time, log report, backup, multiple users, reset options. Now multiple languages, I think it can support multiple languages. Then keyboard, on-screen keyboard, so you can install other keyboards if you want to. And then there's a date and time, and log report backup option is also here. First it was asking for, what do I do? Okay, we go back. Okay, bucket. I'm going to clear all the options and then go to settings again. Yeah, so that was under backup. Then there is a multiple users, so it can support multiple users. If you want to share this device with your anybody else, then you can do that. Reset options, yeah, those options are here. And then there is about phone. So this shows the phone information, Android version, and so on. So Android version, if you see here, it has the Android version 14 and all this kernel version, other information here, and then IP address and all that information is here. Okay. Then after sales service, if you want to contact, again there is options here. Go to website or email or WhatsApp code. So those are different options here in the settings, which is nice. Now, this is the original, which comes, the default launcher which comes with the phone. But guess you can install and change it to a different launcher if we want to. That option is also there. That can be done through Google. Then there is we already saw the screensaver. I think that it's the same setting. Yeah. And then ColorDict is an app where you can install dictionary files which are used before, which is very good. Yeah. Overall, I think this looks very good, but build quality is good. The Eink screen is good. Then I'm going to set this up with my own Google account, and then maybe with a SIM card, then I will come back to see how it works. Okay, so now I added my Google account to this. I not added that SIM card yet, but I was able to add Google account easily, no problem. So I also installed a launcher in this. Now, if you want to keep this launcher, you can keep it, but I think this one, what I found out, this launcher is not bad. It has, I like this layout and all that, but one thing I'm finding is that when I want to scroll this app screen or apps, when I do this, the swipe up, either it goes to the home screen or this on the left side has this app switcher there, app switcher, and then that's it. So it doesn't go to the app drawer. So I'm used to that up swiping for to see the app drawer. So that's why I installed this Nova launcher here. So let's try that Nova launcher. This is how Nova launcher looks like. Then because I did not set it to default, so it doesn't go back. So when I swipe up, it still goes back to that Bigme launcher. So that Nova launcher installation is also possible. And then so there are some options for Nova launcher here. Again, if you do not like this kind of font for the ones which are actually grayed out, then you can again go to the Eink screen where is that Eink screen? Here, Eink setting, then go to app optimization and turn off this text enhancement here. And then close this. So this appears, this is very grayed out, which is not easy to read, I think. But which is not easy to read. But I think that those settings need to be adjusted. Maybe you want to turn on the bold setting also for the in the display option here. So I'm going to play with this phone a little bit with by installing the SIM card and then see how it works. Then I'm going to get back here and report my experience. Okay. Okay. So I did install. I added my Google account, but I also installed two SIM cards in it and played with the phone a little bit. I also installed a launcher. Let me show you. So right now I removed the SIM cards, but the SIM cards did work, though it showed this network is not fully compatible. This phone is not fully compatible with that network, but still it appeared to work. The data worked, the calls worked, which was nice. I don't know what part, maybe in some places the signal may not work. So then the other part is, the nice part is the one thing about the two SIM cards. So if I go here and then in the SIM card option, mobile network, when I insert SIM card, two SIM cards, then I can select which SIM card I would like to use for call, the one which I can use for messages, and the one I can use for the data. So three options are distinct. I can select whatever SIM card I want. This setting I find it missing in some of the other even flagship phones such as Samsung Galaxy, which make it very difficult to set the SIM card I want for data, call, and the internet. So this is a welcome change in this setting. In this, very easy, simple. And then the other thing, also install the let me show you the Nova launcher here. So yeah, it works. And I also installed the keyboard, Swift keyboard. So if I go back and then let's see this, so this is the Swift keyboard, which works fine here. All the apps, all the Google Play Store apps, they work fine. And what happened? Oh, so okay, yeah. So now, okay, so it went back to the home screen. Yeah, all the buttons work, everything works. The one thing I found that when you can set the screen timeout options in the settings, but then it comes back to, if you don't set the transparent screen, even if it's set the transparent screen, the screen will look like this, but when it is locked, actually it comes back to this standby or screen saver. Now what I noticed is that the notifications, if they are enabled in the settings to appear on the lock screen, they do appear here. I have turned off the DuraSpeed because DuraSpeed I found interfering with the notifications, suppressing them sometimes. So I just turned it off, and only for the certain applications. So I just allowed the notifications and disabled the battery optimization. So the notifications appear here now, but this screen, because this is a sleep screen, I cannot just swipe it away, like I can do it on the other regular phones, not Eink phones. So on the lock screen, I can just swipe it away. So this on this screen, I cannot. I mean, this is totally like dead. So the notifications which appear here, they just stay here. So then, if I press this one time, then it comes back to the lock screen. So there are like two screens. So one is a regular active screen. Now, if I set up the PIN code or the fingerprint, then when it is locked, then there will be another, that you can call it a middle layer lock screen, and then this is the sleep or the standby screen. Now the phone doesn't stay when it is turning off from the active mode. It doesn't stay on the lock screen. It goes back to the standby screen, and the notifications appear here. And then if you want to swipe it away, you can read the notification, the message appears here, but to swipe it away, again, you can press this one once, the power button, and then you can see the lock screen, not this screen. I not enabled the lock screen on this because I need to turn on the screen timeout, and to put the pin or the fingerprint. Then it will be on the lock screen where I can then normally, how I can do, I can just swipe away the notifications. But I don't see the point in that, because as soon as I touch, if I enable the fingerprint, as soon as I touch, then to go to the lock screen from the standby screen, like this from standby, because if I have registered my fingerprint, then it will just come back to the home screen. It will not stay on the lock screen. So then I can read all the notifications as usual. So this is some workaround of the, you can call it a drawback, because I cannot really do anything on this screen except for just looking at the notification. So that's something one has to keep in mind while using the phone. Okay. Otherwise, the volume is good, the sound is good, calls work, apps work, all the widgets work. And by the way, I also tried this Bigme OS 4.0. I think this is a previous version, which the layout looks a little bit different. I don't know what is the other technical difference, but looks similar to me. So if I go here, then the Bigme OS 5.2 appears here. I can go back to that, or I can also use my own any other installer here. Okay. So all that is possible. So the phone looks really good, and hopefully Bigme will continue supporting it for a longer time, updating it frequently. But now, other thing I would like to show you, if I go to settings, and then if I go to system update, check for update, it's the latest version here. But if I go to other part, the security and privacy, I think, yes, this one. Yeah. So this one here, it shows screen lock I not set up, but if I go to more alerts, now there is one check for updates. Now backup I can set up, but check for updates. So if I select this one, it shows there is a Google Play system update available. Now if I download and install it, it downloads and installs this 108 MB, and it automatically reboots, which I'm not going to do it now because I did it before. It reboots once and comes back to the home screen, and after a few seconds it again reboots second time, and then it just stays on the home screen like normal behavior. But then when I come back to the screen, it is still showing the under the security privacy, it still shows this alert. Okay, check for updates. If I go here, this is still, it shows this update is available. So the download and install of this Google Play System update is not working. It just, I tried it many times. It just reboots a couple times and then just stays here. So that is something, hopefully Bigme technical team will do something about this, provide some update and what's going on with this. But otherwise, and I also tried the Face ID, the face unlock, which works. Again, the problem is if it is on this screen, standby screen, which it will be, I don't think we can disable this one. Then on this screen, the Face ID doesn't work because this is totally dead. So if the Face ID has to work, then again, we need to go to that in-between screen, that is the lock screen. Okay? Then the Face ID works. But again, if the fingerprint is registered, then I don't see any point in that because I can simply touch and go back to the home screen. There's no Face ID needed. There's no lock screen. So these are the few, the unique or some strange points about this phone. But overall, if one likes the Eink screens, this is great. All right. Thanks for watching.